that is the fixed cost. Then next is the variable cost, fixed and variable cost. Correct. Fixed cost. What is actually fixed cost? Fixed cost means the cost of the capital equipment. For example, we are purchased a lathe machine, milling machine, CNC machine, whatever machines cost is there, so it comes under the fixed cost. And variable cost, that means once the production will start, the the cost of manufacturing, when the production will start, the cost of manufacturing, it will get changed with the volume of the production. Suppose initially 100 quantity it is expected to produce. Accordingly, we require the raw material. If we increase this quantity, raw material also we will have to increase. So raw material cost, it will comes under the variable cost. Manpower cost, coolant, oil, stationery, cutting tools, it comes under the variable cost. Whatever machineries are there, it will comes under the fixed cost. Variable cost, this cost will get changed with the volume of the production. If volume of production will get increased, the cost will get increased. Correct? So, anybody having any doubt related to this fixed cost and variable cost? Are you getting what is the difference between fixed cost and variable cost? Hello? Just give respond, otherwise I think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. So fixed cost related to the capital equipment, machinery, and variable cost, it comes under the consumable, raw material consumable, coolant, oil, etc. This variable cost. So analysis of these two costs, it is actually comes under the break-even point. Now, what is actually break-even? Analysis okay, but what is actually break-even? So there is a break. Two types of things always be in industry, and in between that there is a break. So why we are doing any production? Why there is a setup of the industry to get the profit? But sometimes you will not get the profit. Industry will be in loss. So the loss and profit, the point is there. That point is called break even. Correct? That point is called break even. Means once we start the industry, actually we require the production, we require the after sales, you will get the profit. Correct? But sometimes you will not get profit. And sometimes you will not get profit, or loss also will not be there. So in between that point is called break-even point. So this is the break-even point and its analysis. Okay. Now I will explain these things with one graph. Now why this break-even analysis it is actually required in the industry? Because every year in the month of that financial year, end of the financial year, 31st March, actually every industry need to calculate this break-even analysis. From this, they will come to know that whether their industry, it is in profit or a loss. If it is in loss, what is the problems of that losses? And try to improve that. If it is in profit, then what is the further expansion? So every industry need to think on basis of break-even analysis. In March, 31st March, this break-even analysis always be exist, calculations always be exist in every industry. Okay, nowadays this computerized thing is going on. Each and everything we will calculate by using computers, but the basic theory related to this will remain same. Okay, so I will explain this thing with one graph. So here is one graph. So this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Correct. So here it is a 0, 0. So we know that in break-even analysis, two types of costs are there. One is fixed cost and second is variable cost. Okay. So when the zero line is there, means on the x-axis is there is nothing is there. Okay. So initially we have to purchase the capital equipment just like machinery, then the land, whatever the capitals are there, then instruments, so many things initially we have to purchase. So this initial cost may be more than zero. So let us we consider here. Okay. And this fixed cost, it will remain as it is. And there is no change in this fixed cost with respect to volume of production. Means suppose you have purchased 10 machines and production is going on. That 10 machines will remain as it is and related cost will remain as it is. Whether you increase or decrease production, no effect. So from here, so this is the one line. Okay, so this is called fixed cost. Fixed cost. This is called fixed cost. Why I have taken this? Because this is the initial investment. To start any industry, we required initial investment. This is the initial investment and it will remain as it is in respect of volume of production. Now on the x-axis, this is the volume of production. Volume of production. And here you will get the sales revenue. Sales revenue or cost. Sales revenue or cost. So this is the sales and this is the volume of production. Now this fixed cost, whether you increase the production, no effect on this. That's why this line is parallel to this axis. Means the initial investment is the same in respect of volume of production. In respect of volume of production. But if we increase the volume of production, what will affect on the variable cost? Variable cost will increase. Variable means if we increase the production, we require more raw material, more coolant, more oils. Okay. So variable cost will increases with respect to volume of production. So this is the variable cost. This is the variable cost. This is the variable cost. Okay. Now fixed cost is over, variable cost is. What about the sales? Once we start the production, sales also it is expected to start. So sales lines will be here. This is the sales. Sales revenue we call. Sales revenue. Correct. So this is the sales revenue. Once you start your production, quantity it is expected to sell. Volume of production increases, sales also get increases. Variable cost also increases. Okay. But what about the total cost? So this is fixed cost, and after this, one more cost is there. That is the variable cost. So what about the total cost? So total cost, it will start like this. So this is the total cost. This is the total cost. Total cost means fixed cost plus this variable cost. So this is the total cost. Okay. Now this point, this is a point of intersection where the total cost and sales revenue intersect with each other. Intersecting point is there. Okay. Now this intersecting point, this intersecting point is called break-even point. This is called break-even point. Now, this break-even point on this axis related to units. So, units, because here volume of production is there, and here this is related to sales in rupees. This break-even point related to sales, and this is break-even points related to units. Okay, so if we extended these lines, whatever the numerical value you will get, this is related to unit. Whatever the numerical value you will get here, this is related to sales. Okay, so break-even point, at this point, there is no profit, no loss. Means below this point, loss will be there. And above this point, profit will be there. Profit will be there. Correct? So at this point, there is no loss, no profit. Above this profit, below this loss. At this point, no profit, no loss. Means at this point, your total cost and sales revenue will be equal. Will be equal. Up to here, it is clear, or shall I repeat?
Clear, sir, clear.
It is not necessary to repeat, no? Okay, thank you. So now, within this, volume of production versus sales revenue is there. Okay, but only by making this graph, it is not sufficient. We have to find out certain output from this graph. So what is the actual output? How we can make the relations here? Now, fixed cost, let us say FC is your fixed cost. Fixed cost means capital cost to purchase machinery or the land, building, etc. Initial cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost like this. Okay, so fixed cost plus variable cost without any profit, if you go like this, and then it will be sales. It will be sales. Correct. In other way, with respect to quantity, we can modify this equation. Fixed cost, it is not depends upon the production, but variable cost, it depends upon production. So variable cost into Q. Q means quantity. Q means quantity. Variable cost per unit into quantity is equal to sales into quantity. Sales into quantity. Correct. So if you want to calculate the quantity at the break-even point, what is actually expected data we required? The variable cost per unit, fixed cost, and what is the sales. So one of these three, if you know the variable cost or fixed cost, we can calculate sales. If we know the sales and variable cost, we can calculate fixed cost or quantity also. Means the unknown variables we can calculate by agency. Okay. Now this equation, I will make this FC. This is equal to sales. For sales, I will write here sales into Q minus V. V means variables into Q. So this is equal to SV into Q. So FC, this is equal to SV into Q. S means sales cost per unit, variable cost per unit, quantity, and here is the fixed cost. Correct. Now in this equation, if we required profit, then we said we can add profit here. Then it will become the total sales. Okay. So here's fixed cost plus variable cost into quantity plus profit. Profit is equal to sales into quantity. So this is also one more equation. So this is one equation and this is one more equation. These two equations you have to remember under this. Okay, two equations you have to remember under this. And after this, we can calculate the other things. Okay. So regarding the profit, if you want to calculate profit, then we can take this side here and we can calculate the profit. Okay. So if you want to calculate profit from these equations, then we can write profit, this is equal to sales into variable cost into quantity minus fixed cost. So this is also we can calculate the profit. So with help of this, we can justify whether we are in the profit or loss. Whatever numerical value is, it is in plus, then it is a profit. If it is a minus, then we are in the loss. Is it correct? So whatever the things are there, we can calculate by using this data of the break-even analysis. Okay. So up to here it is clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now within this equation, certain names they are given. What names are that given? That I will going to write. Okay. Which names they have given, that I will going to write. So here this name is there, this name. Yes, yes means sales minus variable cost per unit into quantity. Now this name is given, it is called total contributions. This is called total contributions. Okay, total contributions means S minus V into Q. If Q is not there, then it is called per unit contribution. Per unit contribution. Now here, if Q is not there, then per unit contributions per unit. How we going to write? Simple SV. Sales minus variable cost. If Q is not there. Okay. So this is about the contributions. Then next thing is there total contributions in terms of the fixed cost. Total contributions in terms of fixed cost. Okay. So here in this equation, profit we have calculated. Now total contributions we have calculated, contribution per unit we have calculated. Then break-even analysis, break-even point in sales. Number of sales means here, this point. This break-even, this is equal to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. PV ratio means profit volume ratio. Now how to calculate this PV ratio? PV ratio, this is equal to contribution per unit. Contribution per unit. Contributions per unit divided by sales per unit. Divided by sales per unit into 100. This is the profit volume ratio. One more relation is there. So break-even point in terms of sales is related to this. How to calculate? Fixed cost divided by PV ratio. PV ratio how to calculate? Contribution per unit divided by sales per unit into 100. So this is the in terms of sales. Now from this equation, two types of break-even points we will get. One from here and one from here. So this is related to sales and this is related to quantity because Q is there. This is related to quantity. This is related to quantity. Even you can consider this also or this because I have taken common here Q. So if you take this side, then Q will be. So this is the one your break-even point in terms of unit. In terms of unit. And here this is one break-even point in terms of sales. So this is the one equation and this is our second equation. Okay. So these two equations, it is very important. Okay. Then one more thing is there, margin of safety. So margin of safety means in this graph, from this to this, whatever line will be here, if you make like this, so this area, this is called margin of safety. Margin of safety. Margin of safety. Okay, and here also called margin of safety. Margin of safety, yes, MOS. Means more than break-even point. More than break-even point. This is the margin of safety. More than break-even point. More than. Now this, how to calculate margin of safety? Margin of safety. Margin of MOS, we'll see. Margin of safety, this is equal to actual sales. Actual sales minus sales at break-even point. Sales at break-even point. So actually sales this much minus sales at the break-even, you will get the margin of safety. This actually sale is this much. Correct? If you deduct this much, you will get the margin of safety. Here, this is the margin of safety. So this is the one more formula. Okay. So I think up to here it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, on this break-even analysis, around 2 marks gate-related question is there. They will going to ask about the quantity at the break-even point. Sometimes they will going to ask about the margin of safety. Sometimes they will ask about the PV ratio, profit volume ratio. Sometimes they will going to ask about the profit. Correct? Sometimes they will ask about the sales also. So you need to remember all these things. You need to remember all these things. Okay. So this is about the break-even analysis. What is the important to study about this break-even analysis? Because every year we need profit. Okay. So if profit is there, so we go for further expansion. If loss is there, so what is the problem to get this loss? That we need to go for analysis. Okay. So that's why every industry, this break-even analysis always be there. And every industry need to check all this. Okay. But from the gate point of view, we actually required this much of the formulas to solve the numerical problem. So you know that this break analysis, it is actually contained behind our syllabus, but it is related to our gate. So up till now, 2-3 points we have covered related to GATE apart from our syllabus. But just I will repeat in order to remind you which things related to our GATE exam, because this year, before this month, you will have to fill the GATE related forms. Third year it is also allowed GATE exam. So that's I would like to tell you the which point you have to remember in related to our subject from the GATE point of view. Already in first sections, numerical problems, we have studied how to calculate standard times. So basic times plus the allowances, very simple formulas that you have to remember. After that, second sections, this simplex analytically methods or sometimes graphical methods they will going to ask. After that, assignment problem, transportation problems. After that, CPM and codes. After that, I have covered this day before yesterday, line balancing and sequence, and this is about the break-even analysis. After that, again, 2-3 points are there, that is inventory control and sell forecasting. This part is there. Okay. So this much things related to our GATE syllabus from the examination point of view. You have to remember this operation research or industrial engineering subject to solve, because whatever the point in second sections are there, all things related to analytical, we need to solve the problems, numerical problems. Very less theory they will going to ask. At break-even point, profit or loss should be equal or not, sales or revenue total cost will equal to not, like this question is there. But you have to remember this graph and give the answer of theoretical question. But most likely numerical problems they will going to ask on this formula. Okay. So shall we go for numerical problems?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is one toy manufacturing company is there. Toy. In your childhood days, you might have played with this toy. Toys manufacturing industry is there. The data they have given here, variable cost per unit. This is the toy manufacturing industry. Variable cost per unit. Per unit, this is given rupees 8. Variable cost means with the volume of production, if we increase the volume, variable cost will increase because we require more raw materials. We require more oil, coolant, etc. Variable cost will increase. Variable cost per unit given. Second, sales price per unit. Sales price per unit. It is given rupees 14. Right. Then total unit sold. Third, total unit sold. Total unit sold 50,000. Fixed cost it is given rupees 20,000. Okay. So this data is given to us. Okay. So what is the question here? What is the question? This data is with us. What is the questions? First questions, you calculate PV ratio, profit volume ratio. Last time we have seen this. What is the profit total contribution divided by S minus P? So this way. Then second, break even point units we require. Unit here, unit. And third, break even point sales. Sales means here, this point. Then here's margin of safety. Margin of safety. Margin of safety. And last one, total profit. Total profit. So this actually we required. Okay. Now first we have to calculate the PV ratio. What is the formula for PV ratio? PV ratios answers this PV ratio. This is equal to contributions per unit divided by selling price. Contributions per unit divided by selling price per unit. This is the profit volume ratio. This is the actually ratio of contribution per unit divided by selling price per unit. So what is the contribution per unit? Contribution per unit means sales minus variable cost divided by S. So sales cost per unit minus variable cost per unit divided by sell cost. So what is the sales price here? Sale price is 14. Variable cost, that is 8, divided by sales price, which is 14. So how much here? 14, 8, 14. How much here? You calculate this. What is the P? Calculate this. Calculator is with you. Hello.
Zero 0.4285.
In percentage,
42.85.
42.85. This is in percentage. Always you have to get this PV ratio in percentage. Only you have to remember this formula. That's all. Contribution per unit means sales minus variable divided by sales. Sales minus variable divided by sales. This is the per unit. Okay. Now next is the break-even points. This is first answer. Then second, break-even point in units. We require units. Unit means quantity. Unit means quantity. Now how to calculate this? How to calculate this? Fixed cost divided by fixed cost divided by SB. Now how we can remember? Always you have to remember this formula: fixed cost plus variable cost into quantity. Correct? If profit is not there, then sales into quantity. Okay. So this quantity Q we actually require to calculate. Now if you take FC here and this side, this will be there. So sales into Q minus VC, variable cost, into Q. Then FC, this is equal to Q, sales minus variables, means S minus V. So Q, this is equal to FC divided by SB. This formula will get. Fixed cost divided. Only you have to remember this. You have to you will get this one. Correct? Only you have fixed cost variable into quantity, selling into. If profit is there, you can add here profit. So this is the fixed cost here 12,000. So divided by selling price per unit, 14, variable 8. What is the answer? Calculate. What is
2000.
the answer? $2,000 units. So 2,000 units. Okay. So this point is over. This point is over. This point is over. Now we have to calculate this 3. So break-even sales. Break-even point at sales. Now what is formula for this break-even at the sales? So break-even at the sales. You can remember this previous. What is that PV ratio? PV ratio that is equal to contribution divided by sales. Divided by sales. Previous ones you have to remember. So here's sales. This is equal to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Previous derivations, you have to remember this formula. This PV ratio, this is equal to fixed cost divided by sales. In the reverse way, we have calculated. So here fixed cost is 12,000 divided by PV ratio. What is that PV ratio? 42.85 into 100. Now you can calculate break-even sales. Calculate how much break-even sales. Calculate break-even sales.
27,999.
50.
27,998.13.
27,000.
998.
998. Like this way. Correct? So this is the break-even sales. But this sales always be in rupees. Because here it is quantity. Here this sales will be in rupees. Okay. Now this is over. Now next is margin of safety. So what is formula for margin of safety? MOS. MOS actually sales. Actually sales minus break even point sales. Break even point. So what is actually sales here? Total units sold. Total units sold. Actually sales, this is in quantity. This is in quantity because we are calculating this. Actually sales, how many quantity? Total sales 50,000. 50,000 minus break even sales quantity. This is in quantity. So break even, this is in quantity 2,000. So what is the answer of this? Margin of safety. What is the answer? Hello. Margin of safety. Actually sales minus break even point sales. Break even point sales, they have to consider in unit. So what is the answer? Hello.
Twenty thousand.
Hello.
20,000.
40.
20,000.
Huh?
22,000.
22,000. How it is? 50,000 minus 2,000 only. 2,000 is there. 50,000 minus 2,000. How much?
Okay, okay, sir.
Calculator is required for this. How much? 50,000 minus 2,000. Only 2,000 we have to deduct from 50,000.
48,000.
Yes. Calculator is not required. 48,000. So this is in units. Okay. So this margin of safety is okay. Now last point is there, total profit. Okay. So we know that equations, always you have to remember these equations. Fixed cost. So which equation you have to remember? Here I will write fixed cost plus variable cost into quantity plus profit. Profit is equal to sales into quantity. This is actually basic formula. This is anyhow you have to remember this always to solve the certain numerical things, because all things it is based upon this formula. Now here we are asked what is the total profit. Now from these equations we will calculate the total profit. How to calculate total profit here? So here I will take profit this side. So this sales into quantity means S into Q minus V into Q, correct, minus FC, fixed cost. So this is equal to Q S into V minus FC. FC means fixed cost. S means selling price per unit, variable cost per unit, fixed cost is your quantity. How much their quantity is there? 50,000 quantity. Total selling is 50,000. So we will calculate the profit by using this. Profit, this is equal to quantity 50,000 Q in bracket selling price per unit 40 minus 8 variable cost is there minus fixed cost, this is 12,000. Now you have to calculate profit. At least you have to calculate profit, your profit. How much? Hello? Who is there? 65 numbers. Now he has joined. 65 numbers. Why are joins after my lecture? Only for present day. So what is the answer of this profit? Fifth point. Calculator is with you. Hello? Hello? Now how much profit? Anybody has calculated?
Two lakh 88,000, sir.
Correct. 2,88,000. This is the profit. So 2,88,000. This is the profit. Correct. This is profit. So this is the examples related to break-even analysis. Okay. So a few things you have to remember, and it is very easy to calculate the profit, break-even, units, break-even, sales, margin of safety, and the profit. Now, with these examples, I think you might have got the total concept of the break-even analysis. But here, one line is there. So one gate questions related to this line. Sales revenue is there. The sales revenue will start from zero. Once production will start, these lines will also go on increasing. Okay. Now this angle is called angle of incidence. Now what is the importance of angle of incidence? Now when these lines, this angle, if we increases, means sales revenue it increases, what will happen? If this will decrease, what will happen? This is the questions in your GATE exam. Now, very simple thing is that suppose this sales revenue, if I will make like this way. Now, here is actually break-even point. Correct? So, this is actually break-even point. What will happen here? Here, what will happen? This is the new break-even point. What will happen? Sales revenue, just it will go straight way. What will happen? It will come down. Okay. Angle of incidence, it will go like this way. What will happen here? This break-even point shifts here. So while shifting, you can see that this is the total cost and this is sales revenue. Correct. So here, sir, you will get more profit. Here you will get more profit. Correct. But here is the loss is same. Again, if we go like this way, again here more profit. If we decrease here, means this is the total variable length. If you decrease here, like this, if you decrease here, what will happen? So break-even point is here. Here more loss will be there, less profit will be there. Correct. So this sales revenue, if we decrease, the profit will be less. If we increase, profit will be more, loss will be less. So this is the expected questions in your GATE exam. Next thing is there at break-even point, total cost and sales revenue are same. Then at break-even point, not profit, no loss. Correct? So these two types of questions, theoretical question will be there, and numerical problems will be like this way. So this is about this today's lectures. Tomorrow we'll take one more problem. But before that, anybody having any doubt, you can ask. Tomorrow we'll take one more problem from break-even analysis. One or two problems we'll take. Correct? And this point, you know that this is the content behind your syllabus, but it is related to GATE exam. So out of this, if you remember this much, at least coming GATE exam, there is a guarantee about 2 marks. Correct? 2 marks on break-even analysis, 2 marks on your line balancing, sequencing 2 marks, PERT and CPM 2 marks, assignment 2 marks, and your transportation and your simplex problem 2 marks, and your standard times 2 marks. If you count this, it will go around 15-20. So if you go through all these things, what actually I have given to you, so it is guaranteed to get around 15 to 20 marks. So remaining subject, if you cover again 20-30 marks, you cross the cut-off limit of the GATE exams related to mathematics. Okay. So anybody having any doubt, you can ask. Who is there? 58 number. Mule outside. Mule, why he is interested to join? Why he is interested to join? 58 number. No, not necessary to join. 3 minutes are remaining. So before that, we'll discuss the your doubt related to break-even points. Okay. Okay, I think there is no doubt about this break-even analysis. Output of the break-even analysis, it is to justify whether industry it is in profit or loss. At the end of financial year, in month of March, 31st March, every industry need to process this chart. They need to calculate all these things, and from that they will justify whether industry it is in profit or loss. If it is in profit, they will go for further expansions of that industry. If it is in a loss, then industry will think what are the causes to get the loss in this industry. Correct. And what quantity actually need to sold? Is there a problem in the variable cost or selling price per unit? And that also the top management need to take the decision. Okay, so this is about the break-even analysis. Okay, if doubt is not there, then as per our schedules, I think our time is over. But even though so only 2 minutes with us, if anybody having any doubt, you can ask to me. Only one thing you have to remember, this formula you have to remember, everything you will remember. Correct? Okay. So tomorrow we'll go for next problem. So thank you. We'll stop here.